What is up, everyone? Guys, listen up. In today's video, we are going to break down 5 stratagems that are pretty much going to be the only stratagems you need on Super Helldive to destroy the terminus. Now, this doesn't mean that these are the only ones you should use. You can use whatever you want, whatever you're having fun with. It doesn't really matter what anyone says as long as you're enjoying it. Go ahead and use that to create the builds that you really love. But when it comes to effectiveness, these are going to be the top 5 that are, in my opinion, the most effective when it comes to the terminates. And since we're talking about the best, let's take a look at the best way to get the cheapest games thanks to instant gaming. I'm gonna drop the link to the website in the description. If you use the link, you're also gonna be supporting your boy right here. I get 3% commission. So if you are thinking about buying any game right now, make sure to check out this website first. And if it is here, you're gonna get some cool discounts, man. On top of that, if you take a look at the reviews, it's at a 4.7 out of 5. That's a great score, especially when it has over 700,000 reviews. Once again, tons of people around me use this and they are very happy with the service. So make sure to check them out. The first stratagem that I want to go over is the 500 kg. Now, we all know this is an absolute classic, and honestly, you can't go wrong with this one. Even before it got the area of effect buff, it was already pretty good in my opinion. But now with that buff, there's not really many other eagles that are so reliable. It can take out big enemies and it can clear out very effectively as well. The fact that you also get 2 of these, and remember guys, you can literally throw a 500 kg in some of the nests and it completely destroys them, like all of the bug holes. And I'm not even talking about the super small ones. I'm talking about the medium-sized nests. If you're playing the egg missions, it is super fun to use. As long as you place it correctly, it will just instantly complete the mission. So yeah, in my opinion, this is the best one when you're playing against the terminates, hands down. I would love to hear your thoughts about this. Now let's move on to the second one, which is gonna be the Orbital napalm. Even though it has a pretty long cooldown, and if the mission, has that 50% increased cooldown and so on, it can get annoying. But just because how strong it is, that kind of doesn't even matter. Even though personally, I don't enjoy those long cooldowns, and I don't think anybody does, to be honest, especially with that modifier, but it's just too powerful to skip on, especially if you're trying to clear a mega nest. Like, it makes your life so much easier. You just place it correctly, and the area of effect of the orbital is just next level. It's almost like it's covering the whole map. As far as you can see, there's gonna be fire, and no matter what's running into that fire, it's taking damage, right? Like, fire has become one of the best tools when it comes to the bugs, hands down. And the fact that it deals damage to everything now, and a really good damage actually, makes it a great pick. So even if it doesn't kill something on the spot, that means that whatever's trying to walk through it is taking tons of damage, which at the end makes it much easier to take out that target, right? On top of that, when you're getting hordes of enemies and there's fire everywhere, it just makes clearing the hordes also extremely easy. And especially if you pair it with a 500 kg, it's an incredible combination. Next on the list is gonna be the Eagle Cluster. Now, this is my personal favorite when it comes to ad clear. You can get insane amounts of kills with one of these. Like, we're talking around 50, sometimes more than 50. Obviously, you got to place it correctly. And the fact that you have 5 of these is kind of crazy. And on Super Helldive, they're consistently pushing you, if it's warriors or hunters or the smaller ones or whatever is coming at you, including the commanders. If you have your clusters ready to go, you're going to be getting amazing streaks. And it makes it much easier to clear Super Helldive when it comes to those hordes. That said, the placement has to be perfect, because if your teammates are around that area, yeah, they're most likely gonna die. Like, I've died to clusters so many times when somebody just throws it and there's no communication, you have no idea, and by the time you see it, the area of effect is so big that you getting out of it, the chances of that is actually very low. So while it is extremely effective, in my opinion, when it comes to clearing, you also gotta be very careful not to take out your teammates. And if you are in a team, make sure to kind of communicate that on the mic so that people get ready and get out of the way. Now let's talk about the orbital gas. Now, this is going to be probably the one that a lot of people are going to be like, Pip, are you sure it's in the top 5? And the answer is yes. And let me explain why. Having orbital gas in your loadout gives you amazing build crafting abilities. Amazing. The fact that it just confuses enemies now makes, for example, the flamethrower 10 times better. And I have a bunch of builds for the flamethrower and the arc thrower as well when it comes to the orbital gas strike. Make sure to check them out. You're gonna absolutely love it, man. Some of my favorite builds in the game. You throw the orbital gas and you can literally just fly in there with the jump pack or run in there with the shield as long as you're running the gas armor, and that just creates a completely different kind of play style, and I personally really enjoy it. So that's why it's going to make it into my top 5 best stratagems in the game. The cooldown is very low, and not only that, but it also adds a lot of survivability, because if you're able to add control so effectively with the gas, that means that those things are not chasing you, they're not hitting you, and it's much easier for you to take out those targets. And not just for you, right? Like, all of this also affects your teammates, and it covers a huge area. And don't forget, it stays for a very long time. All of these things combined, I think definitely make it a great pick when it comes to the top 5 best stratagems. I would definitely love to hear your thoughts on the gas orbital. And if you have some builds around it, make sure to let me know. I would love to try them out. And for the 5th slot, I want to give you guys 2 options. And depending on which you enjoy more, you're going to go with that one. Because this one was a pretty tricky spot, okay? So it's going to be between Strafe or Eagle Airstrike. So depending on your playstyle, you can utilize one or the other. And Strafe feels very good right now, man. The good thing about the Strafe, the fact that you have so many call-ins makes it a very effective tool against heavy enemies. So for example, if you have a Titan coming in, you hit him with one Strafe and then you take it out with a flamethrower, it's much easier to do that because it already took so much damage from the Strafe. So it gives you that ability to kind of combo different support weapons with that stratagem, or even with a lot of the primaries, because if you do break the armor of a Battle Titan with a Strafe, you can easily take him out with a Purifier, Plasma Shotgun, Scorcher, Crossbow, Eruptor, Grenade Pistol. All of these things can kill Titans as soon as you crack that armor. Grenade Launcher as well, by the way. If you combine the Strafe with the Launcher, you're going to have a great time as well, because the damage is really good. And with the latest buff to the Grenade Launcher, where the explosion radius has been increased, it makes it much easier to take down those heavy targets. So if you do crack that armor with the Strafe, yeah, it's easy peasy kills all day long. But if you're looking for a tool to effectively like clear in front of you, that's gonna be the Eagle Airstrike. Anyway, those are my top 5 red stratagems in the game. Make sure to let me know what you guys think about these. If you agree, if you disagree, which is absolutely fine, by the way. Just let me know your favorite ones. Like if you don't agree, just would love to hear your top 5. And once again, if you have any interesting builds, drop it in the comment section. Maybe we try it out live on stream. And even though I have like 1,500 hours in the game, maybe I do find something very interesting, you know? Anyway, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Stay positive, stay disciplined, and I'll see you all on the next one.
Let's go!
I mean, we literally have the best community of all time.